what do you recommend for someone that is, maybe they're a small investor, they own a few properties, maybe a duplex, maybe 10 units, I don't know, but they want to scale. What type of advice can you give? Because I do understand you do have a real estate background in terms of invest as an investor prior to doing this. So anything you can give us or guide us
Mhm.
through?
I think it's very similar to what you mentioned, Andrew, earlier about a salesperson not really knowing stuff and they're really good at
Okay.
selling themselves, but they
Yeah.
don't know the details. I truly believe you can't run a company unless you know the company. So if you are going to scale from 4 rentals or 10 rentals and you have no idea what's going on the management side or what to look for or what
Right.
questions to ask, then you're actually going to lose a lot more money. You're going to be taken advantage of
Mm,
so often in any sort of case. I mean, we won't take
yeah.
advantage of you. We'll make sure things go well, but you should go through the process yourself. You should go through one leasing to understand what is it like to find and place a tenant, or do self-guided tour technology and be like, how was that experience, and following up with my leasing coordinator, etc. Okay, great. Now I'm going to go through the process of management. How does the repair coordinator respond? How do they troubleshoot the repair
Mm,
requests? What kind of questions are they asking? All of that. Because then when you go from 10 to 100 units, if you know how to manage one, you know how to manage 100. Now, there's different cases that come up. There's corner cases that come up. There's tenant landlord law that's county specific. But if you have a good overview of it, it's much easier for those just to be details that
right.
you work on. And so I think anyone looking to scale needs to know, property management 101. Like my first questions that I look for, like when we work with a new investor, my first question is like, okay, well, what's your occupancy rate? Because if they say, 70% of my rentals are occupied and they're coming to us, I'm like, well, who was your past property manager? Because that's
Mm,
terrible. You should be at 90% plus. In most portfolios, over
right.
95% occupied at all times. So what was going wrong? And then it's like, oh, I was self-managing. Okay, great. Well, what's going on when these are on market? What are the days on market? How many days
Mm,
on market? How often do you assess the pricing? How restrictive are you? Are you allowing pets in the property? Are your pet fees too high? Like there's tons of whys that you kind of dig into with it. But you'll greatly, if you know those questions off the bat, to start high and then dig into the details, you'll make sure you're maximizing cash flow and you're running a really tight ship, even if you're not involved in the day to day later on.
I see. So basically, what it is you really need to understand numbers and get very involved. You can't just be let someone else be behind the wheel and figure it out all for you.